Hey everyone, welcome to the Autoimmune Dietitian YouTube channel. My name is Annie. I'm a registered dietitian and I work with people struggling with autoimmune diseases. In my work with my clients, I help them use a personalized nutrition roadmap designed to improve mobility, concentration, brain fog, and hopefully give them back the lives that they had before they were diagnosed. So today we are talking about elimination diets and my top tips for doing them successfully. Elimination diets can seem really overwhelming for most people. Believe me, cutting out beloved foods from your daily life is difficult. However, doing elimination diets may help you feel a lot better and help you function like a human again, especially when you live with an autoimmune disease. There are a few key things that can help make these diets a success. So here are my top tips for doing a successful elimination diet. Before I jump in, I just need to attach a disclaimer to this video that the information in today's talk is not the substitute for the diagnosis, treatment, or care of disease by a medical provider. This is for informational purposes only, so please consult your qualified health professional for any changes you make to your medical care. Before I jump into my top tips, let's first review what elimination diets are. Elimination diets are short-term eating patterns that eliminate specific foods to relieve whatever symptoms you may be experiencing. Sometimes food can cause issues. Bottom line, the most obvious are digestive problems like gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation. But other not so obvious food-related symptoms could be chronic inflammation, joint pain, migraines, skin issues, and even brain fog. These diets, elimination diets, remove specific foods for a period of around 4 to 6 weeks and possibly up to 12 weeks if necessary. Once symptoms resolve, these foods are added back in one at a time to see if they cause a reaction or recurrence of symptoms. If the food caused a reaction, it is removed from the diet and retested at another time. If it doesn't cause anything, that food is added back to the diet and you can continue eating it. So the first tip when you're starting an elimination diet is understand what foods you will be eliminating. I know this seems kind of counterintuitive, but really the most important thing when you're starting an elimination diet is you need to know what foods you'll be removing. And this is where most people mess up. And why is that? It's because it's not always as straightforward as it seems. Take gluten, for instance. Gluten is found in a variety of different grains, condiments, processed foods, candy, and even skincare products. So you must know where gluten is found to fully eliminate it. So if you are doing an elimination diet that is cutting out a lot of foods, let's say like the autoimmune protocol, make a list of all the foods that you can eat. Post that list on your refrigerator and keep a copy of it to carry around with you, either on paper or on your phone or device, whatever you carry with you. That way, if you are out and about and you have your list with you, you can cross-reference ingredients and figure out if that food is okay for your elimination diet. If the elimination diet is not cutting out a lot of foods, then make a list of the foods you cannot eat and keep that with you. The goal with this tip is to never find yourself in a situation where you don't know if you can or can't eat something. You want to become an expert on your elimination diet. My second tip, do a pantry clean out. So before you begin the elimination diet, clean out all the foods that you won't be able to eat. Now, it's not necessary to throw these foods out because you will be reintroducing them, but you want to place them in a box and put them somewhere where you won't be tempted to reach for them. If you are doing a multi-phase diet like the autoimmune protocol where you have different phases in the reintroduction, place foods into boxes that you will reintroduce sooner, take like phase 1 and phase 2 foods, and then put phase 3 and phase 4 foods in a separate box for later down the road. Again, most people fall off their elimination diet when they still have the eliminated foods hanging around their pantry. Make it easier on yourself and just remove them from view. My third tip is to trial recipes in advance. Since many elimination diets remove large groups of foods like dairy and gluten, it may be challenging at first to cook without these ingredients. And this is why trialing recipes in advance is important. You may need to learn how to cook with different ingredients and substitutions. For instance, cassava flour, which can be used for a variety of recipes that originally called for flour, you can't really use that one-to-one, and the liquid amounts might need to be adjusted and so forth, and you might need to play around with it a little bit. So it's good to, practice with all these kind of different and new ingredients. In addition, it's a good idea to come up with a few new recipes for all of your meals, including snacks. Try these in advance to make sure that you and your family like the new dishes. That way, you can easily create meal plans for yourself while doing the elimination diet. Figuring out what to eat and even meal prepping some foods in advance will help avoid the food emergency situation. Food emergencies are another top reason why people fail on their elimination diets. My fourth tip: research restaurant food. While it would be nice to cook everything from scratch when doing an elimination diet, it's not always practical or easy with all of us with our, busy schedules these days. So there will be situations when you will need or want to eat out. Check out local restaurant menus for options that fit your eating constraints and create a list of potential restaurants and meals that would work for you. If you know you have plans to go out, call the restaurant in advance and see if they can accommodate your dietary needs before you go there. And then my last tip is practice symptom journaling before starting. So again, this is not food related, but it is a really good habit to start before you begin the diet. So symptom journaling is the most obvious way to know if the elimination diet is working. I like tracking the metrics that are most troublesome, and I also use a number scale to rate the severity of that symptom. So please do not make this symptom tracking complicated by adding too many symptoms. Just seriously pick the ones you notice the most. And before you begin the elimination diet, use your symptom journal to track. That way you'll be in the habit of doing that before you begin. And hopefully as you move through the elimination diet, your symptom severity scores will improve and you will see that progression. And that's a really nice thing to see as you are, doing this really hard thing. So today we focused on my top tips for elimination diets. If you would like more help managing your autoimmune disease, your digestive issues, or just reducing inflammation, I would love to chat with you. I offer free 15-minute discovery calls to learn about your goals. So you can go to my YouTube profile. There's links there to sign up for that. There's also a link to my website where I have a lot of great information on my blog and free materials that you can download. You can also check out my other services like group programs. I also put out a newsletter every Thursday that comes to your inbox. So if you're interested in getting content that way, please sign up for my newsletter. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. These do come out about every week. Sometimes I get a little behind, but I do try to catch up. So there'll be about 4 or 5 videos a month, always related to autoimmune disease, nutrition, lifestyle, ways to help you feel better. So please hit the subscribe button so you can be updated on when each video is posted. If you have any questions or issues, please drop them in the comments. And if you need more help specifically, please message me and I would love to chat with you. So thanks again for joining me and I will see you next time.